Okay, I'm going to show you how to download games real quick. So here on AoE2 Insights, you go find your user. I'm gonna, then you scroll down to the match that you want to do. So you click on the match, and it's actually I don't want to download my game, but my buddy here, I'm going to download his game. I'm going to click here on the match here, the most recent one, and then I'm going to go click Save Games. I'm going to hit download from his point of view, and that brings up a zip. At which point you unzip it and you get the file, and then you open up the save game folder, which is under your Age of Empires folder on your computer, and under the I don't know what this number is, but most recent patch, I guess, number. It doesn't change, so whatever that number is, and then save game, and then you'll have all your save games there. And in this case, I'm just going to paste it in there, this record game, and I'm going to change it to a little bit something a little bit easier to see. Ninny Muggins. Alright. Then you go into the game and you click single player. You hit load game and you go to replays. And here, if you have saved games, you can go to your saved games. But here on your replay, here you have all of your saved games, and including ones like, for example, this one, the one of the last ones I played, and the one I played that I showed you earlier. I was like, I'm not going to download it because I actually have it here, so I can actually play it from here. But here you can see at the top is the game I just downloaded, and I named. And so now I can spectate with just loading the replay in the game, or I can do it with Capture Age, which is what you're going to want to do. It will require a download, but you're going to click that and proceed. Yes, and that'll load. And here we go. This is what Capture Age looks like. The cool thing about Capture Age, you can speed up. You can't rewind. That requires a pro version. Just a couple things on Capture Age. Control Shift. Well, this will show your thing, but Control Shift right click on the unit will help switch to the other person's point of view. So if I want to be on blue now, or red now, Control Shift right click, and then it's red. Now I'm on red, so I can be on his point of fog of war. And then if I want to switch back to blue, right click, Control Shift right click, and now I'm in his fog of war. Okay, cool things on the bottom here, idle TC time, and your idle eco time, and then your res collected, your eco KD, and all that stuff up here. Here you have your villagers, the number of villagers you have, your eco, and up here you have all of the successful text researched at the top. And as you can see here, getting Loom right away. Very nice. And then if you click here, you can go to replays to see other replays, or you can click here for statistics of the game, and then you can see where we are. And APN, obviously you have to pay for that. And the cool thing is you can zoom in, zoom out. It's pretty sweet. And one last thing. Yeah, so here are replays, and here are the other replays. Very good. Hope that's helpful. One last thing I do want to show is that when you're clicking multiplayer, I highly suggest when you're first starting to not ban Arena, but actually left click on Arena so that it has the star next to it, and probably ban things that are much more difficult to practice in the beginning. Like I would ban Land Nomad and probably Isthmus, and just because of the fish, it's a little bit harder to learn to get used to in the beginning. But yeah, so Arena, and then Yucatan's a nice fast castle one. They have a lot of food when you start. Mega Random is tough. It's kind of like Nomad. In some ways, you might want to ban that, but everybody has dealt with the same hand. They don't know what they're going to get. Oh, step, actually, yeah, I would. You get 3 bans. I would ban step as well because that's also a nomad start um, with lots of food and all that. Makes it a little bit more difficult. So, yep, and that would be my suggestion to right now with the mount pool. What to do to play matches to focus on your Dark Age. Another thing I'd suggest is actually coming over here, and we can go to mods. You can see all these cool mods you can put together and download. There's one mod called Cicero, if I could spell that right. Cicero, there we go. So it starts on an installed mods, and then you click the browse mods, Cicero's interactive build order. Highly suggest you download this. I have not. Will right now. I hit subscribe, and it says download. It has 237,000 downloads. Interactive series, tutorials, learning to practice your build orders, including 20 scenarios with step-by-step instructions, with text and audio, and scoring system help you mark your benchmarks, leading to a final grade A+. So this would be very good for the first time you need to practice and get. And if you have a ton of them like I do, it'll probably be at the very bottom, and then you'll have to go priority all the way up to the top, just so that the next time there is a bug fixes that it's all the way at the top, so it's easier to remember to see what it is, the ones you care about. Yeah, important things like penguin nights and no stumps and all these kinds of things. Quick wall trainer is another interesting one. I haven't been able to figure that one out. There you go. So there's some more interesting things. I'll also say another big important thing here, besides mods, is options. And you have these game stats, or these game options. And then the big important one here is hotkeys. So I'm not going to say what I have for all these things, but if you do care, you can always ask me. But I think the biggest one is the go to town center and the click or go to town center and click to town center and all those, right? So like, yeah, I've remember a couple of them mill, but it's a game commands. I think that's where all the good ones are. Yeah, select all of them. Like I have select all archer ranges as A, all barracks as B, blacksmith is F, and castle C, docks D, and just because of the way they are name wise. And then you have like extra vills, select all stables S, and siege workshops X. Yep, those are my little groups. Try not to waste your time right here real quick. Okay, next here, extra button 1 and extra button 2. So that's what I have. Extra button 2, which is actually I think the top on the side button, and then the lower second button is lower button on the side is the extra button 1, and I have shift so that I actually go to it, and then I just have regular extra button 1 to just select it. If it's here. Yeah, extra button here, select all town centers. So this will select all of them. So if I have multiple town centers, I just click this, and then I hit Shift Q, and I make a ton of villagers across all my town centers, so they're equally distributed. And then if I want to go to a town center, I do just Shift, extra button 1, the first one, and then I can go to it so that I can work on the economy there. That's the gist of all my hotkeys. And I think the last thing I'll say is that when I do my videos and things, I just use this free software called OBS Studio. It's fantastic. I don't really know what I'm doing when I'm doing stuff, but there it is. You just download that, and that'll help you share your screen and hear your voices, and you can make videos. And what I do is I make those so that I can post them online, just so I can watch them when I'm not at my computer and see what I did wrong, and then make comments on them. Just see, okay, well, next time I'm in this situation, this is what I do, so I can analyze my game while I'm not at my computer looking at the records. It's also very helpful for other people to see, so I highly suggest you do this just so that you can see what you're doing during the game. It's definitely a lot better for other people to see what you're doing as opposed to watching it from a rec review, because you have no idea what they're actually doing when you're watching the rec review. You're just watching what's happening, but you don't know where they're looking and what they're concentrating on.